Let's get straight to it.
The following program is powered by Urban Junction Entertainment.
There's nothing like summer smooth jazz and R&B night at the View Music Bar. Join us Sunday, August 25th at 7:30 for a night filled with smooth jazz stars like Billboard charting artist Niels, award-winning songwriter and musician Michael Garvin, UK's top charting soulful artist Joe Levy, our very own SoCal's hitmaker, trumpeter CTK, and smooth jazz award-winning international charting vocalist Heidi Tan.
Spending all my nights, all my money going out of the town.
Don't miss this unforgettable evening at the View Music Bar and Lounge. Sponsored by Skin Protocol Med Spa, Fast Fix Jewelry and Watch Repairs, East Coast Artist Agency, Jazz Club Radio, Worldwide Jazz Radio, So Jazzy Radio, and 96.9 The Oasis. Tickets available on the Venmo app and Eventbrite. Sunday, August 25th for a smooth summer jazz and R&B night.
Attention all independent artists. If you're in need of exposure, Undiscovered Gemz is now taking submissions for radio consideration.
Yeah, we know what you want.
Send all music submissions to letschatandjam@gmail.com. That's letschatandjam@gmail.com. All submissions must be in MP3 format, and you know you gotta keep it radio friendly. Not all music submissions will be chosen for radio play, so bring your best. And don't worry, if we choose your song to be featured in rotation, you will definitely hear from us. Undiscovered Gemz with your host, MC Andrew Love.
Thanks for tapping in to Undiscovered Gemz. How y'all doing today? I'm MC Andrew Love, holding it down for you. I'm back one more time on your screen and your speakers. Today, folks, we have another episode of Undiscovered Gemz, and this episode is featuring a brother I knew for some years. I met him in 2020. We were out in Atlanta, Georgia. I remember because we were both booked for the same show, and the guy never showed up. It was crazy, folks. But we decided to give the people a show anyway and create some good memories. I enjoyed myself in Atlanta, Georgia. And ever since then, the brother reached out to me and sent me a few of his original productions. He says, Andrew, write what you gotta write. And of course, our first song was a collaboration. It was a collaboration between him, myself, and a brother named Jesse McDade. This brother here, an R&B crooner, folks, I tell you. The song was called Why, and it was about the time when all the turmoil was going on in the country, and I just couldn't stand it. So when Jtreece, oh, by the way, that's his name, folks, when he sent me the beat, I could not stop myself. I had to write what I felt. I recorded it. He heard it. He said, oh, okay, I see where you're going with this. I can finish this. And that's what happened, folks. The rest is history. So without further ado, let me bring in the one and the only Jtreece.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm doing great, Jtreece. Thank you for coming to the show once again.
Thank you for having me. You know, anytime you call, I'm going to be there.
Yes, and I want to remind some of the folks that we're on a new platform now. It's called Tigress 315 Radio. I want to shout out to the people that are behind this, Tigress 315 Radio for Undiscovered Gemz. And we air every Friday, so make sure you tap in. And we're on all the platforms that they're on. And we're always on demand, so you can hear Jtreece all the time. You can hear it more than once, folks. Yes, you can. Because the reason why I bring that up is because Jtreece brought 3 songs with him. These 3 songs are some of his jewels. 2 of them, I think, are released. But one of the songs that he's got here today, and we're not even going to play that to the end, that's the one that ain't released, and you're only going to hear it right here on Undiscovered Gemz. So you make sure you send all your friends and your family to my platforms so you can hear Jtreece and hear what he does best, and that's make beautiful music. Jtreece, you're one of the best, man.
Thank you, brother. The
question I have for you, and because we want to give people some history, how did you get started, and what brought you into music?
I've been doing music pretty much all my life. I mean, from like elementary school, and like most kids back in the day, listening to the Jackson 5, the Jacksons, and that type of stuff. So I've been doing music. I started playing the saxophone when I was probably about 8 years old, and played it from elementary school all the way through high school. And after that, I've been in bands and sang in groups and stuff like that. And then finally sat down and said, let me try a solo thing. And that's where I'm at now.
And I'll tell you, Jtreece, it is working because you have gotten so much better. I mean, you were good in the beginning, but you're really good now, bro. I mean, one of the songs you sent was On With You. I tell you, that has always been one of my favorite songs from you, man. I mean, the way you approach the vocal, you really came through with the passion on that song. And it's like you felt every word you were saying. And that's what I respect about you. Like even your show, like your stage performance, you have stage presence. Like you know how to work a crowd in your shows. I haven't seen you live except for in Atlanta, Georgia, but I know that you are a perfectionist when it comes to your craft and you work on it so hard. Hey, folks, you don't have to take my word for it. You can tap into Jtreece because I'm sure he's got live video clips circulating all over the internet. And I'm going to tell you, folks, when you tap into Jtreece and you hear his music, this is what you're going to say. Dang, MC Angela Love, you did it again. You're dang right I did. I know talent a mile away, and Jtreece is one of them talented individuals I've ever come across in my lifetime. And that's why when I bring him on the show, I have to give him his flowers because he is amazing. The way you hear sound and you put it together is flawless, man. Flawless.
I try.
Oh, but see, you do more than try, bro. I know you're humble, and that's cool. And that's probably why I like you so much, because you're humble. But you are good, man. Don't worry. You don't have to pat your own back. I'll pat your back for you, man. Keep up the great work, Jtreece. I love your music. So let's talk about On With You. How did that start?
But like most of my music, I do the music first, and I came up with the bass line and the drums, and I wanted to have that. I was a big Sade, early Maxwell fan, and I wanted to go in that realm because I figured the way I was looking at music, people weren't doing that type of music anymore. So that's where I tapped in at, and then as I was listening to the groove, the words just came to me, and it went from there. So it was one of my favorite songs as well that I've done.
You did a great job on it, bro. You did it, really did, folks. I'm gonna play that song. Oh, for the podcast listeners, you're only gonna hear a little snippet, but for everybody else, you're gonna hear the whole song. So without further ado, let me bring in that song, "On With You" by Jtreece. That's coming up right now.
I wanna go with you. 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 The rest of my life with you.
Thanks for tapping in to Undiscovered Gemz. MC Andrew Love holding it down for you with my homie Jtreece. We just heard the song "On With You," and I'll tell you something, folks. Every time I hear that song, I go crazy, and it brings me to a time where I was in love with somebody, which I am, my wife. So when I hear "On With You," I think about my wife, man. I really do. And I love your song, man. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you also talk to the folks, man? Tell us how has your life been since you got into the music full time? How has it changed? What have you accomplished? I mean, how has your experience been in the music business?
I've done a lot more producing than I thought I would end up doing. Because I figured all the music I was going to do was all going to be for me. But I ended up producing the two tracks with you, and then I did 2 tracks with our boy Dayline White, and then I got some other people that I've been producing for. So it's changed up quite a bit, and I have people contacting me now wanting me to do some stuff for them. So that's changed in my life. I have a nice size following over in the UK and in Europe in general. So I never thought that would happen. I end up teaming up with a friend of, well, you know her, Terry Green she's originally from Maryland, but she's been living in Germany for the last 30 plus years. I ended up doing which I came up with the idea, and she actually listened to me. We did a remake of the old Teddy Pendergrass song, Close the Door, which surprisingly went #1 in iTunes in Brazil, #2 in Singapore, #2 in Denmark, 3 in Germany, 5 in Italy, 11 in Australia. I mean, it went all over the place. And then we were also up for Grammy consideration for that song. So it's changed tremendously from me doing this as like a little hobby type thing or my happy place. It's changed quite a bit.
Congratulations on all your success. It's well earned.
Thanks, brother.
Can we talk about the UK experience? You did go out there. You did do a show. Have you been back since then?
No, I haven't been back, but I've talked to our friends Lee Wells and Anya Garvey Wells. They got some stuff coming up next month, I think it is, and they wanted me to come out there for that, but schedule doesn't work out for me to go there. But I'm planning on going back real soon.
Yeah, and I hope when you go back, you film some footage so we can show that to the Let's Chat and Jam fam.
Most definitely.
Thank you, man. So let's talk about your next song that you sent in. The song is called Here With Me. Is that song released or what?
Yes, it's out. That was my last release. And it's funny with that song because I also have a dance club version that I haven't released yet. Because I've worked the deal with, I don't know if people back in the day, they'll know who he is. What's his name? Steve Silk Hurley. They used to do stuff on the Tom Jordan Morning Show and stuff like that. He's well known for dance club music. They want to do some stuff with it. So I'm waiting on that to happen. But anyway, that's Here With Me. The original is out on all digital platforms. When I did that song, it reminds me of Craig David from back in the day from the UK. Had a song called 7 Days, I think it was, something like that. But it has a nice groove to it, and the melody is ridiculous. So it's a good song. It's different. Also, like most of the music I do is different than what you're going to hear on mainstream. None of my stuff really sounds like mainstream, but it has its own lane.
It doesn't have to sound like mainstream, bro, because it's real music. The thing I can respect about you is I understand every word that comes out of your mouth. I understand every syllable. And then the way you approach a vocal is you approach it with emotion. You know, you approach every vocal with love and care and just respect for the craft that you're in. Mm-hmm. And that's how you approach every song, every note. Folks, I'm not lying to you. Jtreece is a perfectionist when it comes to music, and you can hear it every time he releases a new project. It just gets better and better with me, hearing him. And when I first saw him in Atlanta, he performed first. I knew I had to step up my game because Jtreece, you know, even though there was hardly anybody in the crowd, maybe a few people, the employees, you know, maybe a fan, but we gave them an experience that they will never forget. And then they were like, yeah, these guys came here. Yeah, their people they didn't show up, but these guys still put on a show. They still made it work. And that's what I respect about your work ethics, man. Your work ethics, they're hard, man. They're hardcore. You must have been in the military or something.
Yes, I was.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You want to talk?
I figure we were down there. I didn't come all the way to Atlanta not to do something, so we might as well do what we came to do.
Yes, man, and we did it. And I enjoyed every moment, man. I really do. Without further ado, I'm going to play that song right now called Here With Me by Jtreece, and that's coming up right now.
This is how it all begins.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Thanks for tapping in to Undiscovered Gemz. I hope you've been enjoying the show. I'm sitting here with Jtreece. We've been listening to some music that he sent in, by the way. You got to send this and share this and show this to everybody you know. And send this out, man. Share the love. Share the vibes. Share the good music that Jtreece has provided us today. Thank you, Jtreece. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So if you have some advice, do you have any advice you could give to the young folks that are coming up that want to do what you're doing?
Don't take no for an answer. Don't say you can't be done. There's so many avenues out there to get your music out there. So don't get frustrated and give up on it. Just keep grinding. Because I could. It's been a couple times that I could have. I thought I was going to get signed to a label, and it didn't happen. And then I fell back and I thought about it. And I was actually happy I didn't get signed to a label because I control everything I do. So, like I said, don't get frustrated. There's plenty of avenues out there.
And now that you're doing what you're doing, you're enjoying the fruits of your own labors.
Exactly. I call all the shots.
You are the man. You are Berry Gordy of your own Motown.
Of my own world. Yeah, exactly.
Literally, man, because you make your own music. So all that stuff is in your royalty paycheck.
Yeah.
It's getting there. It's getting there, folks. It really is. You know, one thing I can say about you, Jtreece, is that you have a way with interpreting music, like interpreting a thought. And it's like, I never heard anybody like you, man. I never have. And I'm so proud to have met you. I'm honored, man, to have met you. Because I feel like you are a diamond in the rough. You're like that gem that people just passed over. People passed over, just walk by. And then here I come, Johnny come lately. But I see you and I'm like, yo, this brother is dope. And I'm like, I gotta tap it. I gotta tap in. I gotta let people know about you. And that,
you know,
go ahead.
What was crazy, I have to give thanks to my boy who you know, Jesse McDade, because the first song I put out was a song called Tonight, which was actually for him. And it was I did the music, and the lyrics and stuff were his lyrics. And when I did the music, I was trying to figure out what I was going to put to it. And I started singing his song to it, and it worked. And I sent it back to him. I was like, oh, yo, go ahead. Here you go. Put this out. And he's the one kept saying, no, you put it out. You put it out. And I was like, I don't think so. And he kept pushing me. And then I thought about it. I said, I've never done any solo stuff. Let me go ahead and do it then. And let's try and see what happens. And narrate. And if he didn't do that, I would have never probably done it.
I could dig the vibes, man. I really can. So let's talk about this song that you have not released yet, folks. It's not released. So this means you're only going to hear it on Undiscovered Gemz. It's called Tappin Out with Mark Lucid. And as I can recall, Mark Lucid has been on some of your tracks. And as you said, you've been on some of his tracks. So then can you talk about the song and how it came about?
Again, I did the music, and I can't even remember how, when I was sitting there vibing to it, and all of a sudden tapping out, the words tapping out came to my mind some kind of way. I don't even know how. And it just went from there. And then Lucid happened to be at my house after I'd already pretty much wrote the whole thing. Well, I did the first verse and the hook. And he was at my house. We were working on some stuff, and he heard it. And he's like, yo, I'd like to get on that. I said, all right, you can. So I sat on it for a while. Then finally, I sent it to him and went over to his studio and had him drop his verse on it. And there you go. But him and I work really, really well together. He's a rapper / producer / engineer. So we definitely do some things together. He's been on, this will be the third song of mine he's been on, and I've been on like 3 of his.
Well, I'm digging the vibes, and I can't wait to tap in and showcase these songs between you and Mark Lucid, man, because people need to hear them. So without further ado, folks, we're going to bring in the song Tappin Out featuring Mark Lucid, and that's coming up right now.
Tapping out. See you later, baby, deuces. I'm tapping out. Tired of all of your excuses. I'm tapping out. See you later, baby, deuces.
Lucid is from Syracuse.
He's from Syracuse.
Yeah, he lives here. He lives here in Maryland, but he's originally from Syracuse.
Oh, no shit. I gotta hit him up.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta tap. You gotta let it. You gotta hook it up, man.
I'll hook it up. I'll hook it up for you.
Yeah, because I love Syracuse artists. I don't care where they live at now. If I definitely will plug it, man. Definitely will.
Yeah, I'll definitely hook y'all up.
All right, Jtreece. I love hanging out with you, man. I love talking to you. But we gotta know, how can people find you?
I'm on all digital platforms where you download your music or stream your music. You also can find me on Facebook under Joel, Joel, Treece, Treece on Facebook, or Instagram under Jtreece Music. I'm even on TikTok as well under Jtreece. So, or Joel Treece, I'm sorry. But I'm on every platform there is.
So make sure you all go tap into Jtreece on all those platforms that he mentioned. Not to mention, he's on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Deezer, Pandora, iHeart Radio, Napster. The list goes on and on, because wherever there's streaming going on, Jtreece is in the middle of it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I try to get there.
When you there, bro, I tapped in. You there, man. I looked you up. You there. You and all them platforms, man. They even got Jtreece Radio. And you have that Jtreece sound. It's like people know Jtreece when they hear you, because you have that authentic voice that no one can copy or emulate. And you make it so easy to fall in love with your music. You really do, because you're that damn good.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah. So let's talk to the podcast folks, man. What do you got coming up, man?
Was it September? I forget. No, the end. I'm sorry. August. I'm actually performing with a band here in Maryland. A band called Legacy Grooves, who I do stuff with all the time. I'm working on some new stuff. I got a song that I co-wrote with our friend Terry Green that's coming out soon. I'm also going to get some stuff for Southern Soul. I'm working on some Southern Soul stuff that I'm going to end up putting out, and still producing stuff. I got a song I'm doing with Jesse McDade, and so I'm grinding.
Yes, you are grinding, man, and we dig the vibes. We really do. We really have. We want to say thank you for. Go ahead.
Also, real quick, on Amazon Prime Video, there's a movie called Redline that I'm in. I play this hitman named Andre, but I'm in that movie, Redline.
Make sure you go tap into Redline on Amazon. In fact, I got that Amazon Prime Video, and I'm going to tap into it tonight. Yeah, thank you for coming to the show, Jtreece. We appreciate you, man. We really do. And we want to say, keep up the great work. Keep up the great work. And you are in the Let's Chat and Jam fam. You always have been. You always will be. Which that always means that you don't have to wait for me to reach out to you. You can tap into my DMs and say, hey, Drew, I got a new song. I got a book that I wrote. Oh, I'm in a new film. Whatever it is, Jtreece, even if it's a 2-minute conversation, all you got to do is go tap in. Let me know, and I'm going to put you in the calendar, and I'm going to say, deal, you in the show. Let's go. That's how easy it is when you're in the fam. So, Jtreece,
you're always the first one to send my music. So,
and thank you for being a part of the Let's Chat and Jam fam.
Thank you, man.
Yes. So, hey, folks, that's it. We're out of here, folks. Thank y'all for tapping in. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to content. Show it to all your friends. Repurpose it if you have to. Do some stuff on TikTok with it. I don't care. This stuff is for you. And it's also for artists such as you, Jtreece. Thank you so much for coming, and we really do appreciate it. So peace out to everybody, and keep safe out there.
You've been listening to Undiscovered Gemz with MC Andrew Love. And like the man says, if you have a dream, if you have a goal, if you have a passion, then go for it. Because only you can stop you. Nothing beats a failure but a try. Peace out.